Hey guys, what's going on? Thank y'all for joining me tonight. Just bear with me for a little bit more time as I get all my myself back in order for able to do these live streams and everything with my camera and stuff. So I'm not gonna have the camera on tonight, but you know I'm right here with you, and I might click it on and off as we go. But so what I wanted to do this live about is the hate is real. It's coming back again through this case, and it's crazy. Old things coming back up. So I want to go over some questions. What are some reasonable questions that we can ask at this point in time? What have we learned this point in time through this case? Um, what you know, we're just going to go over a bunch of stuff. Uh, there just so much weird things have been happening. Uh, you know, Crap hit the fan while we were gone for a week. I immediately come back, and I mean, it's immediately back under the getting attacked as soon as we came back. I mean, I was like, "What? How is this happening already? I haven't even been involved in anything." But it is what it is, and I mean, it's the price we pay to do this. So I mean, we just tread through it and keep going. Uh, so I'm gonna click this off, and I'm gonna get started showing what I got to go over. So just bear with me just a second. Let's see. And Mama Bear, I answered your email and I got you taken care of. Don't stress it. Hey, Chroma Mama, how are you? Um, so I pulled up some good footage that I wanted to go over. Just the way that two different investigations in this have been conducted. We had the Carly Turrent case, and I just wanted to go over the huge difference in how uh, the both of these investigations were done differently. And I have questions. Why are they done so differently? So I'm going to pull this up first, and we'll go over this. Let me find the first one here. Couple comforted. Oh my gosh. Hold on one second. Let me find this one. I obviously have two of them pulled up. Let's do this one. All right. So let me start reading this one. Let me make sure everybody can see this and everybody can hear me fine. Um, okay, let me clear that off there. And I'll go to full screen mode so you can see it better. All right, cool. All right, so this says the news everyone was hoping to hear about missing 9-year-old Carly Marie Trent blared over the Hawkins County police radios late Thursday afternoon. She is 10-4. She's a 10-4. Moments later, there was an audible cheer from Hawkins County Central Dispatch as the arrest of Carly's accused abductor, 57-year-old Gary Simpson, was announced over the air. The 8-day search for Carly and Simpson came to an end at 4:45 p.m. Thursday in a remote area off of Gravely Valley Road near the Hancock County line. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation Director Mark Gwynn said two Hawkins County residents were checking property owned by one of them when they came upon Simpson and Carly deep in the woods off DeBoard Road. The pair were identified by Gwynn and Donnie Lawson and Stuart Franklin. Donnie Lawson and Stuart Franklin found Gary Simpson and Carly Trent deep into their property along trails only accessible by four-wheel drive, Gwynn said. One man held Gary Simpson at gunpoint, while the other called 911 and rescued Carly. We are sure that the family of Carly Trent sends its heartfelt thanks for their actions today. This is the important part. This is the part that I want you all to pay attention to right here. And I think this is a huge, you know, difference. And this is the question I have right here. The TBI has been asking members of the public to check their property, their outbuilding buildings, their barns and trails. It was that request that led to Carly's rescue. You've got to keep the public involved, and that's what we're trying to do, Gwen said. Once again, I think it worked. The public is who rescued Carly. Gwen added, we had asked all residents to go on their properties to see what they could see. This is just two heroes that went on the property to see by chance could they be there, and they were. I think this is a clear message that we should send to the public, that we've got to have your help in these types of cases. Gwen said Franklin held Simpson at gunpoint while Lawson called 911 and rescued Carly. Carly was holding a teddy bear when she was rescued. Authorities said she appeared to be in good health, but she was being transported to a hospital for precautionary examination. The white 2002 Dodge Caravan that had been sought by police and the public since Carly went missing was located in close proximity to the campsite. The vehicle has been impounded and transported to the TBI crime lab in Knoxville for analysis. Let me see if there's any more important in this. Upon hearing the news of Carly's rescue, her father James Turrent told the Times, "Never news. He never gave up hope. I was still positive these guys were going to find her because they were relentless in their search," Trent said. It was getting worse and days were passing, but I still had confidence that she was coming home. When I get to see her, I'll be 100%. On Wednesday, May 4th at about 1:25 p.m., Simpson picked up Carly from Hawkins Elementary School, claiming that her father had been in a bad accident and that he was taking her to him. Simpson told school officials Carly probably wouldn't be back the next day. Let's see, several items at Rogersville Walmart. Let me just make sure that there isn't anything. Pants, camping gear, and blanket. After picking up Carly, the two Save-A-Lot grocery and purchased canned goods, several 12 packs of canned drinks, toilet paper, paper towels. Simpson has been charged with especially aggravated kidnapping, Class A felony, punishable by 15 to 25 years. I think that's everything in this. Let me just make sure. Okay, Gwen added, we won't know the full extent of charges until some examinations and interviews are completed. Our first priority was to get Carly examined by proper medical staff and then go from there. Thank God she was rescued safe. We'll just hope that all the medical examinations turn out positive. Gwen expressed gratitude to the Rogersville Police Department, Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, the United States Marshal Service, Federal Bureau of Investigation, and Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, and the Tennessee Highway Patrol. All right. Sorry, guys. I was on a different screen, so I couldn't see that. So we're going to get into what happened to Simpson. Simpson's locked up right now, but I've been told, and I want to look into this with you, that he took an Alford plea and that he is eligible for release soon. I don't know if that's accurate, but we'll find it. So you know that there was the rumor and that Donnie Lawson is either brother or uncle to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, and there's relations there. That's been talked about from the beginning, and I've been trying to find the accurate, the information that shows that to be true, and I've been working on that. But that's what it's been said through the beginning of this. Everybody that's talked about it said that there's a relation, either brothers or whatnot. And that question, if that is the case, why would, out of all the locations in Hawkins County, why would you go to a sheriff's property or a sheriff's brother's property? Richard Insider says, cracking case, do you think that Simpson really is the one that took her? They have store videotape surveillance of him in the store with her at either the grocery store or at the um, Walmart. I think it was the Save a Lot or the Walmart. So I believe there's something there, but I think that that the uncle has been claiming innocence through this. He was actually put on suicide watch when he was first arrested in the jail. There, and we'll go over some of the stuff that they said that he was arrested to keep him safe. I mean, there's a lot going on in this. So the Trent, Boswell, and now Summer Wells case all have a tie to Ben Hill Road. I'm putting this together. No, okay, so I'm not. Don't say that yet. So then there was speculation that Carly Trent was somehow related to Clyda Trent, who has relation, who is on the deed of 110 Ben Hill Road, or being a owner of that property at a certain point in time. I don't know if that's accurate. I was going through. That's what was taking me right before I was went live. I was trying to put all this together as fast as I could. So I got as much stuff as I could. So we'll go over the next one, and I'll see. We're just gonna play it by ear. I think that's the best way to do lives. Is we'll go over it together. We'll try to find it, and we'll see what we can come up with. Crimes have consequences. Yes, and you know where they live now, correct? I did look it up. Who are you referring to? Do I know who lives now? Are you talking about Clyda Trent? She has, I think there are properties in Churchill and Utah. Let me see here. I'm trying to wait for your answer before I go off the screen. Brianna B says, "Holy important shirt boss." We had an email discussion about this like weeks ago. I've talked about this a few times on here, and I felt that it's very odd, and I found some interviews that I've never seen before that we're gonna watch. Yes, Utah. Yeah. So there's been some crazy speculation there too, but we'll just bear with me. We'll go over it all. All right. So, oh, thank you, Shooting Stars. I appreciate that. Yeah, Clyda Trent has address in Utah as well. So, and I found out some other information. This is going to blow your mind too when we go over it. I've got a lot. Just remind me. Try to keep me on track. You know how I roll, guys. I'm human. I get off track very easy, but I will do my best. So, too many handlers in this case. Sadly, the cover goes beyond Summer Wells. Yeah, look, I'm going to show you a letter too. I think if Trigger Crimes is in here, let me know, because I'm going to try to show you something here in a minute. She does awesome research. This is going to be crazy when I show you this too. So, all right, let me share the next screen. All right, so let's see which next one I want to do. All right, so this one I thought was kind of crazy, and this is more. We can watch a video on this one. I don't have to read so much. Let's see here. Why is it playing it up there? Okay.
Well, we need to cancel. I haven't had a year.
We have an ad. Here we go. What in the world?
Running a business comes with pressure.
I'm gonna have to let that play for a minute, and then I'll mute out as soon as I get it. So when this gets through with this ad, we'll watch this.
And today we also had the opportunity to speak with two people who watched over Carly Thursday after she was found.
Yeah, a couple who lives right across the street from where Carly was found in that wooded area near the Hawkins-Hancock County line. They looked after her as they waited for police to arrive to arrest Gary Simpson. And Callie Durham spoke with the couple. She's also in Rogersville tonight with more on that.
Good evening, Josh, Sarah. Yes, I spoke with neighbors today on Graverly Valley Road out in Hawkins County. We're here right now in Rogersville at the Hawkins County Jail. This is where Gary Simpson is being held currently. He is actually on suicide watch tonight and in solitary confinement, so keeping a check on that. But of course, as you said, I did speak with neighbors today out there in Hawkins County, and they say their home was actually the first place that Carly was brought after being discovered by Donnie Lawson. Donnie Lawson was actually on his brother's property searching on ATVs with a friend of his, Stuart Franklin. The two of them came upon Carly and Gary Simpson. Donnie says he took Carly to Joe and Jolene Sizemore's house because it was the nearest home with a landline. They, of course, used that landline to call authorities because as you can probably tell, there is not really good cell reception out in that part of the county. This is part of what they said to me today.
And I told her, I said, honey, I don't know if you've ever been told about the Lord or not, but I said, he's been watching over you because I've been praying, and I said, a lot of other people have too.
As I said, that area out there, very bad cell signal. There's really a far off the road as well. It was up on a hill in between mountains, so very hard place for people to be able to find this. If it wasn't for Donnie Lawson and his friend Stuart, they probably would not have been found as soon as they were, according to Joe and Jolene Sizemore. Of course, we'll continue to bring you more updates in regards to Carly's story as we get them. But for now, live in Rogersville, Callie Durham, News Channel 11 in your corner.
Are you an IT pro? So you must be using all of these tools, remote monitoring and management.
Okay, so on the first clip, you got what I was trying to, show you. Why was the public encouraged to be so involved in Carly's? He specifically said, the TBI representative said, we have to have the public's help in this. What was the first thing that was said in Summer's case? We do not need the help of the public. I mean, there was already, talks about how the public and social media and that had already caused problems within the first press release that they had in Summer's case. I didn't understand why the public was encouraged to help so much in that case, and they said the public is responsible for finding Carly. It was just, it was just too different. It was like these cases were very similar out on properties that were up in the mountains that took 4-wheel drive to get up it. It was just, there's so much things that are very similar with this. There's been rumors that she was part of some kind of trafficking. Carly was involved in that, and that she might have been. Adrian, are you still in here? What was that you said? I think if she's still in here, maybe she can answer that. What she had heard about it. I just that was one of the questions. I feel like is a reasonable question. Why are both these cases conducted so different? There was a lot of nonprofits that were involved in Carly Trent's case. We're going to go over that, showing where there was multiple nonprofits from Hawkins County that were involved in trying to help find Carly Trent. There's not been one that has been involved in helping try to find Summer. There was multiple search agencies. Why such a different tone in how the investigations are conducted? I feel like that's a very reasonable question. Yes, they did ask people in the upper Beech Creek area to search their outbuildings and everything. Yes, they did. But but the whole community was said they didn't want people out searching. They did not want the public to be out searching and around the Beech Creek area. It's a lot different. Way different. Yeah, they did. Exactly. Let me see. Cold case with Crystal, I did see your question, and I will try to come up on your panel when you wanting to do that. So I smell Carly Turrent was found on Donnie Lawson's brother's property, and there's speculation that that could be Ronnie Lawson, or if it's not, they said it's either Sheriff Ronnie Lawson's uncle or Donnie Lawson's brother. It's there's been different claims made about that. Let's see here. B says I know Carly's dad. James Turrent, right? And so somebody also said that so Clyde, I believe Clyda had purchased 110 Ben Hill Road. I think Don was paid $10 for the property as to not have to bypass something with the way the properties are given. I can't remember how that was explained. Sorry guys, there's a lot of information going on. Yeah, well, I do too. I wonder why they would go there. Why was it specifically that area? And this was a part where there was abandoned cabins. This guy was not. They said there needed to be 4-wheel drive vehicles to be able to get up to where Carly was found. And if you notice what they said, the man drove, what Gary Simpson drove, was a white van. That I don't, unless I'm wrong, I don't believe it's 4-wheel drive. It might be. I'll go back and see if it's gifted. Yeah, Brock, is that true? So check the deed. If it's a quit claimed, then it's gifted. There was something he did pay $10. I saw where he was paid $10 to get past. I guess like you're saying, then where it's not a gift, that he purchased it or whatever. Let's see here. Adrian Watkins says another child has been found on that property in the past. For real? That's interesting. I haven't heard that. Craig and Case, are you available at 7 tonight? Yes, my Eastern time. I can be. You just have to email me the link, and I will do my best to come over there. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I will. I will go back and look into that and see what I can find. That's insane. If there was another child found on that part, I feel like there is an undertone to this, because this is another question I have, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this one at you. And I feel like it's a very valid question, and it's very reasonable. How can they go ahead and say that there is no evidence of abduction, and they've said the scream was unfounded, and they've said all this? How can you say there's no evidence of abduction when you are still wanting to question the driver of the red truck and what he saw? Could there not possibly still be a chance that driver, if I still don't believe that a witness doesn't come forward and hide from talking, coming at law enforcement's request. So therefore that would be, somebody that doesn't want to come and talk to law enforcement, in my opinion. So why would why would they still be wanting to talk to that person? They can say they're going to, of course, say, it's nothing. We just want to see what you saw that day, or this and that. They're going to say that to get that person to come and speak to them, because I feel like there's more to that, and they feel there's more to that. But you know what I mean? I feel like that's a valid question too. How can we just go ahead and discredit and throw everything out when you're still wanting to talk to something, or to somebody who might have been driving that red Toyota Tacoma and was in the area. I felt like that was valid. Hit the like says, is it true that people are being paid to run interference for the wells? I have no clue. I can assure you that we have never been paid. We have also called Candace and Dawn out on things that were not accurate or we felt were not right. Um, people have choose not to listen to what we have to say. They only want to say that we defend them, and by no means do we defend anybody. If they are responsible for Summer's disappearance, they need to be brought to justice and held accountable for their actions. But I also believe in being fair, and I also believe in waiting till evidence is brought forward, something pointing anywhere, before I go and crucify or persecute people. And I feel like we have to wait for that. And there was a channel that said something about, well, we didn't even know what we were saying when we talked about innocent until proven guilty. I fully understand that in a court of law is what that is referring to, is innocent until proven guilty, and that if we stand on a precedent that um, our country is found, our judicial system was founded on innocent until proven guilty, and not the other way around. Because there are other countries that stand on the precedence of guilty until proven innocence, and that's where innocent men are and women are convicted for crimes they didn't commit, and mostly are convicted in the court of public opinion first, and used convicted based on just what people think and not what is truly evidence and factual about the case. I feel like that is important. But if and the thing is, we have always turned over every single thing to law enforcement, whether it be big or small. We felt like it might help uh, to find Summer in any way, shape, or form. We have turned that over, whether it be towards Don and Candace, anybody, anything that has been, in the least bit relevant. That's what we tried to be responsible and do that. Um, was very careful. Like, I didn't even know anything about this phone ordeal, and I'm glad I didn't, because I didn't want to be. That's none of my concern. Dawn's phone, Candace's phone, I want no part of that. That's, I would not ever get involved in anything like that, because that is law enforcement's job. Now, everything that's happened over there, I have no input on it, and I prefer it that way. Yeah, that's true, Aaron Chase. I understand that. Wait, analysts say innocent to proven guilty is a legal court standard. Meanwhile, during police investigations, there are plenty of assumptions of guilt and have an idea this is tainted Summer's case. Would you not agree that a good investigator in law enforcement would be, when they look at everything, they say yes, but just because this is this way doesn't mean they did this, and they would look into everything. People say, there are 940 channels out here that report every day on what Don and Candace are doing. As I have said, we have called out things that have been untruthful, that we have think is wrong that they have done, but we felt like that we could look into everything else because there were so many channels already covering that. So why do I have to put my input in on that too? I mean, I gladly will and have when asked to, but it's important that we look at everything. Look at all the crazy um, people that have charges of images of explicit images of minors, multiple ex law enforcement, um, you know sons of ex-law enforcement, other people that are all, they have the same exact charges. If we didn't look into everything around it, those things would never have come to light. There's a statement made at the beginning by Sheriff Lossman and see, you would be very hard pressed and have to go very far to find somebody that we haven't talked to. Well, when we brought up Don Sherfy Jr., out of his father's mouth, he said that his son had not been questioned. So we did that. We tried to bring up and say, look, just the question we have is, has this individual be questioned by law enforcement? And the next day, his father confirmed that he had not been. That was a problem, I felt, and I felt that was wrong. Brock says, is it true that private investigators questioned the wrong person about the download? But I have no idea about that. I didn't even watch all the stuff that was talked about with that. Is it? I'm trying to read that again. Is it true that private investigators questioned the wrong person about the download of the phone? I don't know. So are you saying did they question Benitez to do it and it was Tim Mullen or what? Is that what you're meaning? Yeah, we don't. That's the thing too. I don't have any input on anything any other creator is doing. And I'm doing my thing. They can do theirs. That's that's how I'm gonna try to run this channel from now on. I have no other input on what other creators are doing. It's unless it's something specific that is important to the case, I'm not going to talk about it. Conmara Heather, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you, Susie Carter. I appreciate that. No mentioning or bashing other creators. Thank you, True. Hey, what's up, Killer Looks Up? How you doing, buddy? Oh, Vet Girl, because Don Sherfy Sr. said that his son had not been questioned by law enforcement. And he said they know he's easy to find. He has the same name as me, and they know where he is. And if they thought he had anything to do with it, they would have went and talked to him, but they haven't. That was out of his mouth, and that was right after we had talked about and brought up the stuff. Prayer Garden did an interview with him. He divulged all that information out of his own mouth. So that's just the way it is. I can't help what that man said. That man is ex law enforcement, so he should know that his son has not been convicted. He has only been charged of having the images exploitation uh, of a minor or whatever his charges were. He had over 1,000 images, 10 charges of over 100 plus images. Um, you would think that 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 his son would be questioned if he had uh, any chance of being in near or around Ben Hill Road. And he said, well, he hasn't been out there since till uh, the end of 2020, begin early 2021. Well, June is one of the early months of 2021. So when was it? Early 2021. Was he out there? Was he in the area? He confirmed that too. He also confirmed that Summer and the boys were seen at the road playing unattended by any adults. That was all out of his mouth. Let's see. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody. I'm trying to not get sidetracked. Let's see here. Why would he lie though, Deborah Sharp? Why would he lie and say his son was not questioned? If anything, if he was trying to protect his son, he would say, "Yeah, my son was questioned. And he had nothing to do with it. He's been cleared." But he didn't. He said he'd never been even talked to by law enforcement. I feel like that would be way different, and he would know how that plays out. Chrissy Solaris said, "Have you seen?" Yeah, I have seen that. There was Craig cases. There are other people around Sherpy Jr.'s age that was caught with CP that cases was open and closed quickly in Sullivan County. That person got no time. See, that's the problem. That's the issue. That's the problem that we have. There's ex law enforcement. There's people that are getting slapped on the wrist for these heinous crimes with images against children and even violent images. You have Frank Light, Randy Haas, Don Sherpy Jr., all these people with connections to around Ben Hill Road and Beach Creek community. And it's like a slap on the wrist and they're back out. That's an issue. You have people that sell weed that get more time than people that are having crimes against children. There has to be some reform there. There has to be a change in that. And I have to argue this, that a big problem, one of the big one of the big things, I think it was Doug that was going over it the other night. A key factor in somebody that does something or has a tendency that might what's the word for it, be possible to be hurting a child, would be somebody that had child caught with child images and stuff like that. That's a big, and I'd never heard that before, but he went over that in a live he did the other night I was listening to, and I was like, wow. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so this stupid NDA crap is being brought back up, and I will definitely talk about. People won't even know about that if I didn't come out and talk about that. I broke that thing the day that it happened. Uh, Tim never even brought it out to sign. There was people there that were working. Yeah, he said you have to sign this, and they said they had to do a video of you holding it, saying you're not going to say anything. That never happened. So none of the policy that was even wrote on this was even done when going over. And plus, you cannot cover up illegal activities with a legal contract. How would that ever stand up in court? How do you go? Well, but how do you go to court and say I want to sue them because they talked about our illegal activities, and I think they owe me some money because they didn't abide by the NDA. That's crap. How could that ever be reasonable? That was a stupid thing anyway. And I talked about it. I thought, I was like, I still showed what I'd filmed up there. I think that he was threatened by YouTubers and people wanting to come up there and show. We had showed the trails up there because we were invited to come up there and show the footage of those trails. So we did so. We tried to do it thoroughly. I can't help that I've had an issue. I've spoke about how I've not got along with Tim Mullen from the get-go. Not been a fan of him. He's probably not a fan of mine. Uh, I've never, you know, meshed with that fella. That's strange stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and share. Let me find this real quick. Okay. Give me just a second, I can't see the chat, so hold on one minute. Okay. Let me find this real quick, and this will be pretty. What in the world? Okay, here it is. Let me go back here and share this for y'all. This was strange. I mean, you see this, tell me it's not. Okay. What? Yeah, and this gives credit to Triggered Minds and Crime. This is what they posted. I wanted to share. This is a note that Tim Mullen left on the door of the Wells in the very beginning, and Allie actually called me and brought this to my attention earlier, and I wanted to share that. So if you can't see it, let me see if I can zoom in on it a little bit. Okay. Can y'all read that? It says, "Hello, Don. Just stopped by for a hello. Heading around putting up signs. This is Tim Mullen, Robin's friend. Do website. All those little puppy dogs done stole my heart, especially that little one with the big ears, Tim." I just thought it was strange. This was Arline, give if you haven't checked out Triggered Minds and Crime, you should do so. It does very good research. Yeah, found that strange too. Robin's friend. She calls her the bread lady, right? Isn't that what he refers to her as? Look, I'm not calling out anything that's not public information, and I'm just asking out, asking pertinent questions, reasonable questions to why investigation is held differently, why things have been said, and we're going to go over all that. I think it's fair. Summer has to, she deserves it more than anybody to have these questions answered and asked. Somebody has to do it. I mean, even though it's hard questions, people don't like to have. Somebody has to ask. People have to be question everything and try to find, are people being truthful or are they not? It's fair. It's just the way it is. And there's people have been saying she didn't just walk away. There's no way she walked away. Well, how come that's what law enforcement? That's the narrative they have pushed for a long time. They say, although there is no evidence of abduction, we are still looking into every, all avenues, including foul play, and the very real possibility that she walked away and got lost in the mountainous terrain. That's their words. That's what they're saying. So why is that? If people want to say, well, there's no way there's no way she walked away, there's no way anybody was up on that property. How can we say that? Jody Sue says she sees a flash of a red truck or a red tailgate or something go up the driveway. How can they say there's no? They said that the scream was unfounded. How can you tell three people they didn't hear something they say they heard? How? That's just, how can they do that? Let's see. I have let my chat ask questions. Why have I not? What are you talking about? I've been consistently trying to answer everybody's questions. But if I pay attention to the chat, I'll get off track really bad. The date of that note, 7 p.m. Saturday. Let me see. Let me see when it is, if I can see it on here. His, I don't know. I guess it's pretty early on. I'm thinking that's Tim did a video when he talks about the first time on his channel, when the first time that he had ever been on the Wells property. So whatever date that was, but it says 7 p.m. Saturday. I think that's what that says. Let's see here. Let me catch up, guys. Sorry. Right. I have addressed that. But, people want to say that they're 100% liars about everything. So you can't say that they're 100% liars about everything, but yet they're telling the truth that Summer never walked away. You can't have it both ways. You can't say that they're completely liars except for that one thing. I mean, you got to be either all in, they're 100% lying, or they're not. And like I said, I've called out. Even when she was on our live, she said that the client. When we asked what Allie said to her at the parade, and there was 3 different answers that came, and I don't know if that was from the fact that she was drinking that night or whatnot. That's also, we've also talked about that. That's there has to be a change. You have to make a difference. If you want to make a difference for your children and for the future of your children, you have to have the want to change your life and to get out of that addiction. Thank you, Lisa Kleckner. Thank you for becoming a member. Let's see. Does no evidence of abduction mean abduction has been ruled out? Leslie Earhart responded, no, it doesn't. All possibilities continue to be explored. Exactly. But they, I saw some interviews earlier about that I had never seen before of Sheriff Lawson talking about the card team and stuff. And I'm going to see if I can find those after we go over what I have, what I already have set to show you. Okay, Mr. Tomato Head, he said the search, it was only a 1.2 mile search radius. I thought it was a 4 it was like almost a 5 mile radius, but a 4.5 mile radius or something. Is that not right? We'll find it. Yeah, that's true. Mr. Tomato Head says same for LE. If it fits their narrative, LE is being truthful. If it doesn't, LE are lying. It's just factual. Yeah, and yeah, for real. I agree with you, Amberly Rose. And then, there's people said, well, those footprints aren't confirmed. Dave Rader did confirm them from EquiSearch. Said that they had a very strong lead that they went on, and they were really, thinking they were going to find her. I think it was the night of the 19th when he first came into town. They searched till right at 3 or 4 in the morning with helicopters over, the property owner who spoke about it and spoke about the prints being on his property. true. 4.6 square miles. That's right, Chrissy Slater. Thank you. Crumbs comments. They also said no evidence of foul play. Doesn't mean it wasn't either. It's true. They also said there was no evidence of foul play, and then they said they were looking into every avenue, including foul play. It kind of changed in wording as it went through the months. Yeah, I do too. I feel like a lot of things that has been said have been very odd. I don't know. I feel like Stacey. That's a very good question, Stacy Price. So, um, Most Flesh Gigi called me earlier today, and we were talking about this. So, the video Candace put of the helicopter doing the tree trimming outside the property. You can hear the kids outside while she's filming that. While the helicopter is cutting the trees there. She wasn't. Obviously they weren't scared of that. And then that brings into question about the tree companies. What if there was an accident? What if something did happen with that? What if there was a cover up? What if they didn't investigate it thoroughly? There was somebody for the tree company that that left very early that day, and I think there was a couple of the guys that still were working when law enforcement showed up when Summer goes missing. They've been working on that property for around 2 weeks, and people were familiar with seeing those children run around. What if there was something there? I don't know, just a bunch of stuff that really couldn't be looked into at the beginning. I've even tried to call those companies to ask about it, and I've got no response. Just say they not interested in talking about it. I wanted to see if how everything was conducted. I tried. I mean, made an effort. 4.6 square miles isn't the same as search radius. They said a 4.6 mile radius. And I can tell you this. Mr. Tomato Head, when we did search it, we were on some property that wasn't even a 1 mile away from the Wells property, and came across something that we turned into law enforcement that they completely walked over. And even with the campsite too that I had found that we turned over to law enforcement, that wasn't even a mile away from the property that they had not seen, because that terrain is, it's crazy. It's straight up and down mountains, and it would be very easy to to pass over something and never see anything, or go over the same area multiple times and not see anything, unless you're going up every mountain, every hill, every little nook and cranny out there. It really would take a huge search and rescue to really cover that area thoroughly, 100%, in my opinion. I've already talked about this stuff, Emily Plotilla. That's public information. Every video I have ever done is in my video section. I've never deleted anything. It's all there. I've talked about every single bit of this before. I don't know yeah, I better not go into details about that. Let's see. Let me see what I'm missing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Okay, who are you, Autumn Love? Who are you talking about? That's a good question. She says if a person is a registered SO, they have no rights about their property being searched. It should have been the first house that was hit that night and the next day. And I feel like those properties, they would be allowed to go inside and look in their homes and everything. Now, I don't know as far as the private properties. I don't know. I guess the search and rescue would have to get um, permission or either a warrant to go on those if the property owner isn't cooperative. Let me see. I don't know. I know that when the helicopters were flying on the second initial search, they were decently low, but the plane was really high. That was flying in very tight circles. That had the technology that was mapping the whole area. But there was helicopters that were kind of low. FLIR, FLIR would be only really, you know, you would think would be really only helpful at nighttime, as to pick up heat signatures, because that's what FLIR is, forward-looking infrared. Um, to pick up heat signatures and brush. And there is other technologies which uh, first to deploy actually had that showed how vegetation would grow in more thick, where there would be a deposit of if there was a body that had decomposed, vegetation grows in more lush, and there was technology they had on some of the drones and stuff that I know that law enforcement helicopters would probably have too. Are you sure about that, brainstorm? I don't know. I think I don't know. I think an SO gives up pretty much their Fourth Amendment rights. If they're, uh, I know that people that are on probation, if you're on felony probation, you pretty much surrender your Fourth Amendment rights to, uh, the right to right to not have illegal search and seizures. Your rights are pretty much suspended, and they can do what they want. I know that's to be true, because on felony probation, that is exactly, you give up your Fourth Amendment rights. Yeah, that helicopter that she was filming in the tree, that has a saw hanging from it, that they cut trees when they have a point man on the ground that helps guide through that. Man, chat's going fast. It is hard for me to keep up. Yeah, that's very good too. Autumn love, very true. Yeah, Batgirl, it's very. Yeah, I understand that. So at night, it's better to use forward-looking infrared, because the heat signatures stand out better. I guess you can use it during the day, but would it not be? It would be very very hard to use, right? I think they have what is the technology for in the daytime, where you can pick out. I can't remember what it's called. Brandy B, please hit that like button. Oh, thank you, Brandy. Hey, look, and I heard you've been going through a rough time. Marine, you got our prayers going up for you for sure. You're awesome. You've been a really awesome part of this channel. Thank you for modding for us. Yeah, that's true. All right, so I tried to answer everybody for a minute. Sorry if I missed anybody, guys. It's a lot. So yeah, please, if you just came in and you're late on this, please check out this from the beginning. I'm just going over some, uh, to what I felt like, in my opinion, are reasonable questions, and I feel like we could be a lot farther if things were done differently. We just went over where Carly Trent's case was encouraged that the public be in part of the investigation. They are helpful, and it was the public who found Carly Trent, and that's what it was. They should always encourage the the public to be involved. And in this one, it was told they did not want the help of the public at all, only for people that lived in the upper part of Beach Creek to search their properties, outbuildings. And if they couldn't search their own property, a law enforcement officer would come out and assist them and search it for them. Simpson, any way related to Simpson Road? That's a good question. I don't know. That would be. It doesn't put. I put nothing past in this case. So many different names, so many different things, people that are connected. It is so crazy. You can fly LiDAR day or night. That's what I was. Yeah, that's right, Kate. Thank you. Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't. I thought I did. I think I misread what you said. Oh, yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. All right, so I'm going to try to keep this chat at the bottom so it's going accurately. Okay, let me share the next thing that I got. Dang, I'm so thirsty. Let's see. Okay. I think this one is. Did we ever go? Yeah, we already went over this one. Okay.
11 in your corner at 7.
A missing Rogersville girl is found safe, and her uncle has been arrested 8 days after he allegedly kidnapped her from school. Thanks for choosing News Channel 11 at 7. I'm Sydney Cameron. 2 Hawkins County residents found Carly Trent and Gary Simpson in a rural area of Hawkins County around 4 p.m. Simpson is charged with especially aggravated kidnapping, and more charges could follow. We have team coverage tonight. Allie Hines starts us off live from Rogersville with the latest from TBI.
Sydney, I'm here with the Hawkins County Sheriff and the Rogersville Police Chief, who's really been with this search from the beginning. And I'll start with you, Sheriff Lawson. How did they get found? What led to this?
We've asked the public to kind of help join our searches and check their own properties and stuff. In this case, is what had happened. They found them on their own property. So,
tell me a little bit about who found them and what they did to keep them there until you guys got there.
It was Donnie Lawson and Stuart Franklin. They found them and they detained them till my officers got there.
Okay. And is that pretty much all you can ask for when it comes for citizens to be looking out?
Oh, that's it. Just to find them and detain them till we get there. But it's just an extension of us. You know, we've asked the public and the media for their help for the last week, and it finally worked out for us.
And Chief Nelson, you just got off the phone. They've found the van as well. Is that right?
Yes, they found the van. They're processing it. They're going to have it towed to Strawberry Plains to the TBI crime lab. They'll escort it down there. They don't want to break the chain of evidence, and they'll process it there for all the forensic stuff they're going to be doing, and they'll get back with us on that.
And at this point, do you guys have any idea on a motive on why Gary Simpson would do this?
No, I don't have a motive right now. I'm really interested in finding that out myself, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for walking us through that, and we'll continue to update you guys as we piece together more information. For now, reporting live in Rogersville, Allie Hines, News Channel 11 in your corner.
Thanks, Allie. Now, we also know that one of those residents who helped find Carly and Simpson held Simpson at gunpoint until police arrived on scene.
Channel 11 in.
So yeah, I wanted you to hear that. I mean, there was also encouraging that we wanted the public's help, and I mean, you saw the outcome. There were, they found her fairly quickly within a week. So the reward money got placed back into the community. So I'm gonna talk about that. As we know that they were going to, disperse the funds of Summer's reward money only after 6 months of her being missing. And they spoke out and got it, extended to a year. So in June, I guess June 15th, 2022, the reward money will be no longer for this case as well. And it gets dispersed into whatever nonprofit or wherever they deem it to go. I don't know exactly what they've said on that. Yeah, I do think it's very interesting that reward money is hardly ever collected. It's not. It's not something that is ever been really. Let's see what the very. Um, it's never worked and really bringing anybody forward. So I found that very interesting too. What if and things can you do to assure your community we're in good hands? So I'm going to bring this up because I found this earlier, and I think that you're going to find this very, very interesting. This I thought was, insane right here. So Hawkins County has 6 active cold cases that go back, and I'll show you the names of these. I'm going to pull this up. Give me just a second to find it. Oh, I think there's someone wanting it, just not going to say who it is, in my opinion. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's never been something that has been effective in solving cases, and I thought that was interesting. I looked that up the other day. I was actually going to talk about it, how it's not ever been something that has brought forward information or really been a good tool to help solving anything. Who's deleting Summer's name again? Lady May. Nobody here ever would do that. Am I reading that wrong or what's up? What happened? Summer's name was never deleted in this chat. What are you talking about? Her name is encouraged in here. And we asked to drop hearts for Summer Moon Utah Wells. I actually have a banner. Let's do that right now. And speak about it. We'll put her name out the whole time. That's what this is about. It's all, everything we do should be about her. It was said by actually Tim Mullen that Summer was not needed. People need to not place Summer on a pedestal. And I said, yeah, actually, that's exactly what they need to do. She's the most important thing in this whole case. Sammy C, you have not been blocked. Well, I can see you right now. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Tennessee LE can't search an SO property, personal electronics, anything without a warrant. Is that true? Okay, well, I know if you're on felony probation in the state I live in, you give up your Fourth Amendment rights. So that's pretty crazy that an SO can have more rights than somebody that has, say, for instance, a felony for, what's a good example? Just for DUI, it's having a few DUIs or something. I'm not excusing that as being any better. It's all breaking the law and is not right. But at the same time, why is it that somebody on probation would have to give up their Fourth Amendment rights, and somebody that is a convicted SO that's the problem too. They get slapped on the wrist. They get told to go to their little classes with their little books, and they can be rehabilitated, so they can all talk about, they get to go to their own special little pod in jail where they can all talk about all the nasty stuff they've done with each other and be protected in protective custody where nobody can touch them. And they get out and do the same thing. It's ridiculous. Candace has a channel. This is Cracking Case, and Candace is not here. Please refer your question to her. Thank you. Exactly. Thank you, Natasha. Iceman, you're not getting blocked. I will. I'll go check it out. I'll look through the. I don't know what's going on. I can't keep up with all of it, guys. I apologize, but that's right. It's true, Sammy. See, I agree. Like they're not rehabilitative. Yeah. Hey, Trigger Crimes, I shared that something you posted today. I hope you don't mind. I was giving you a shout out. You do good research, and I appreciate you. Biden's son has COVID on his laptop, and no one seems to care. What? Oh, thank you. For sure. Yeah, leave your touch DNA on that like button. We appreciate it. Thank you. If not, it's all good. Let's see. What else? What was the next thing? Oh yeah. Let me look this up and show you guys this. Bear with me just a second so I can find this. Hold on just a second. Okay. Sorry, I had to talk to my kids. Let's see. Let me pull this up real quick, and I think y'all will find this very interesting. Okay. All right, here it is. Let me come back over here and share this so I can go over it. All right, so right here it says, Sheriff Lawson Summerwell's case nowhere even close to being cold. So this was written by Jeff Bobo at, when was this? July 11th, 2021. And we can actually listen to this. This is actually pretty good.
By Jeff Bobo, Rogersville, Hawkins County has 6 active cold cases involving missing persons and or mysterious deaths. But Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said Friday the Summerwells case isn't close to being cold. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's like.
Gotta bear with me through the
advertisements. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
It's been nearly a month since 5-year-old Summerwells went missing. And although a massive ground search ended after 13 days, Lawson told the Times News on Friday his department is still working 24/7 to find her. Right now, it's nowhere even close to being cold, Lawson said. We're still very active and intense in it. Right now, calling this a cold case is not even an option. As of Friday, investigators had checked out more than 800 tips via 1-800 TBI find since Summer disappeared on June 15th, but Lawson said there are still no solid leads. Police have asked the public to help find the driver of a Toyota pickup that was seen in the Beach Creek and Ben Hill Roads area on June 14th to 15th. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation would like to talk with that driver about what he or she saw that could be related to Summer's disappearance. The pickup is possibly a 1998 to 2000 maroon or red Toyota Tacoma, with a full bed ladder rack along with white buckets in the truck bed. We're just wondering if they saw anything. Summer's family told police she was last seen at her home on Ben Hill Road in the rural Beach Creek community on June 15th at about 6:30 p.m. Summer is 3 feet tall, weighs 40 pounds, and has blonde hair and blue eyes. She was last seen wearing gray pants and a pink shirt and might have been barefoot. We're still following up leads and still looking for the Toyota truck to see if there's a potential witness there, Lawson said. The truck was seen in the Beach Creek area around the time Summer disappeared, and we're just wondering if they saw anything. Somebody actually saw the vehicle, and that's how we got the description.
I just saw something in chat. Lulu Gomez, that's what I thought. I thought that if you register as a SO, you give LE the right to search you and your property at any time. That's what I always thought. Somebody said that a Tennessee law says that they can't do. They have to have a search warrant. I don't know. I'll try to look that up here in a minute if we have time to go over that. Okay, let me continue with this real quick.
But we don't have a tag number. Police want to ask occupants of the Toyota pickup if they may have seen any vehicle besides the ones police have already checked or anything else that might help find Summer. Lawson said there is nothing suspicious about the pickup. We've looked up several vehicles recorded on people's home surveillance cameras and trail cams and talked to all of them, Lawson said. This is just one we can't find to see if they saw something. Something they saw that didn't mean anything to them may mean everything to us. Lawson added nothing has really changed in the past couple of days. We're still putting a lot of man-hours into it and trying to find Summer. Although Summer's case hasn't gone cold, there are 6 missing person/mysterious death cases in Hawkins County that have. The Rogersville Police Department is working 1, the Churchill Police Department is working 1, and the Sheriff's Office is working 4, although one of those 4 is in collaboration with the Kingsport Police Department. When we've exhausted every possible lead or possibility, there's really nothing else we can do except wait and hope for information or evidence to surface, Lawson said. 6 active missing person/mysterious death cases. The body of Donna Marie Young, 38, was discovered April 5, 2018, in a mobile home park septic overflow pond in the Stanley Valley community off Meadowview Road. Although an autopsy revealed that the cause of death was heart failure triggered by drug use, Lawson said there is still an active criminal investigation related to who failed to report her death and instead tried to hide her body. Larry Vickers, 49, a Rogersville car dealership owner, was shot to death March 31, 2006, at a car wash he owned on Main Street on the far east end of town. Vickers' body was found at about 8:40 a.m. locked in his Dodge Ram pickup with 1 gunshot wound to the torso. He had apparently been at the car wash the night before repairing a broken light and possibly checking a malfunction in the cash box. The upward trajectory of the bullet's path, as well as droplets of blood found inside the car wash bay, led investigators to theorize that Vickers may have been standing on a ladder changing a light when he was shot by someone standing on the ground. A semi-automatic pistol was found in the Hawkins County School's bus garage property adjacent to the car wash, where it had apparently been tossed over a security fence. 1 spent shell was jammed in the pistol, and a live round was stuck in the gun. The pistol had no serial number and wasn't known to belong to Vickers. The magazine was found inside the car wash bay in a drainage grate. Vickers' clothing was wet when police discovered him. Several witnesses told police they had spoken to Vickers on his cell phone at about 11 p.m. the day before he was discovered dead. The cell phone was never recovered. A receipt from the cash box found in Vickers' possession had 10:54 p.m. printed on it. The Vickers case is being investigated by the Rogersville Police Department. David Wayne Blizzard, 33, of Sirgoinsville, disappeared on September 30, 2005. Blizzard's mother reported on October 10, 2005 that she had not seen him since September 30th, when he was at her residence in Sirgoinsville. Due to a domestic disturbance in which he was involved, he was transported to Walmart on Stone Drive in Kingsport by a Hawkins County deputy. He hasn't been seen since.
He was last scene and was in the vehicle with the Hawkins County deputy, and was given a lift to the Walmart in Kingsport and was never seen again. That was another crazy one. This one, pay attention to this one and the next one, or no, not the next one after that. Sorry, there's an echo when I unpause it to talk for a minute. I try to catch it where it doesn't do that. I think it's just a voice that's on the Times News. This article was written by Jeff Bobo. I don't know if that's him talking or not. So sheriff did not ask him to because he asked other volunteers to not search. So that's odd if he did. Who are you talking about? Yeah, they said that nobody, they did not want the public to search and be a part of anything in Summer's investigation. They only asked people that lived in the Upper Beech Creek area and around those areas to search their outbuildings. The only way people were able to search is if you had permission by private property owners, and that's initially how we were able to be a part of some of the ground searches and work with the divers and drone operators and other ground search teams, which you know, I felt was very blessed to be a part of. All right, let me continue this.
Blizzard's disappearance has been investigated by both Kingsport and Hawkins County authorities. Nadine Rochelle Rogers, 33, resided at 243 Country Lane in Church Hill when she disappeared the evening of February 2, 2002. Her boyfriend at the time, Robert Wayne Marler, was suspected of killing Rogers and hiding her body after she refused to give him her income tax refund. 2 days later, Rogers' mother, Shirley, told the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office that Nadine and Marler had gone to a friend's house in Kingsport a couple of days earlier to drop off her children. Rogers was scheduled to report for work at Cheddar's in Kingsport on February 2nd but did not show up. The day Rogers disappeared, Marler took her car to Mobile, Alabama. He returned to his mother's house in Bloomingdale about a week later, and police were waiting to arrest him on the Sullivan County homicide and robbery charges. Marler claimed that on February 2nd, Rogers left with a group of men from North Carolina, but no one has ever been able to prove those men ever existed. What investigators do know is that Rogers cashed a large income tax refund check the day she disappeared, and Marler had demanded part of it. However, she hid the money in her home, and after her disappearance, police found it. Police believe the money was the motive, and although Marler was questioned extensively, there wasn't enough evidence to press charges. The Church Hill Police Department is investigating the Rogers disappearance. Larry Trent, 47, of Mooresburg, has been missing since February 28, 1997. Trent was last seen at his residence by his sister. She returned the following day, but Trent was nowhere to be found. His vehicle, medication, and personal items were all at the residence, but he hasn't been heard from since. Kenneth Brent Patterson, 28, of the Goshen Valley community, has been missing since July 16, 1986. That morning, the HCSO responded to a wreck on Goshen Valley Road just south of the Holston River Bridge. The vehicle, which was registered to Patterson, was found abandoned in a field after apparently running off the roadway, hitting a ditch, rolling over and coming to rest on its wheels. The vehicle had also been driven in the field after the accident in an apparent attempt to leave the scene, but got stuck on a fence. No blood was found in the vehicle, and Patterson has not been seen or heard from since. Several potential suspects were questioned. Some were cleared, one died, and one is in federal prison for what will likely be life on drug and weapons convictions. Anyone with information about any of Hawkins County's unsolved cases is asked to call the HCSO at 423-272-4848.
All right, so, and how long has Sheriff Lawson been sheriff of Hawkins County? A long time, right? So he's been, over a good majority of these cases and been involved with all of them. So, sorry, I couldn't hear me. I was probably muffled just now. I was trying to pick something up off the floor. So I mean, it's just crazy. I wasn't privy to that information. I just found that out today that there was still 6 active cold cases in that county. A lot of strangeness with those disappearances. Like that guy disappeared. There was not even that blood in the vehicle after he wrecked anything. You know, the one guy is taken to Walmart by a deputy, and that's the last person to ever see him. Then there's the Turrent guy. I don't know if there's. I tried to do a been verified on him to see if there's any relation to the Turrents, like Carly Turrent or Clyde Turrent or any of them. I didn't get a chance to look at everything with that. You know, Lawson has went as sad as he's not been. No one's even ran against him as sheriff in many years. I don't understand. I don't know why that is. If I don't know. I don't know. There's been a lot of things that have been said. I'm not going to try to talk about and go into mass speculation about things and rumors about what locals have said about things that go on in Hawkins County. But there's a lot of talk about stuff that people just don't feel is right there. And I've heard that since the beginning of this, and I was never really familiar. I lived in Churchill with my cousin one summer doing roofing, and then went back to Virginia, and that's that was, Lord have mercy, how long ago was that? I was 18, so many years ago. But that yeah, you should run for sheriff. I don't want to be a sheriff. I'm good on that, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. What's up. Just those were just some questions. So what are some things that we possibly learned? I'm about to end this thing. I've been on here an hour and a half. I try to keep them semi short so we can, get to the point and not take up a lot of time. But that way that if anybody needs to go back and watch or whatever, it makes it a little easier. I feel like what we've learned through this, we've learned that there's been multiple people that are directly involved, that they all have different stories about when the happenings of when Jose, Andrew, and everybody, even Allie and them, all of them, Candace, all of them have said different things about the happenings of that around that time period. To even the extent Don's gone 9 months, then it's only 5 to 6 months, and then Jose says he was here for 6 months and he wasn't. Then they said they came down at this time, but did this, and Jose didn't throw his phone in the water. He sent it to Jeffy. It's just so much craziness. Well, like there's this. We've learned. We just learned that there's just a lot of people that are not wanting to be accurate and be honest about a lot of things, and I don't understand that. It's for Summer's sake, a 5-year-old. I mean, swallow your pride, do the right thing, and tell the truth for the sake of that little girl. That's what I feel the ultimate thing needs to happen. As far as all this crazy crap going on here, I don't want to be involved in it. I stay in my lane. I'm going to do what I can do as bringing out information. If we are able to go back and do any kind of search things, I will gladly do so. I'm going to go over there and film some stuff with the roads that I've been talking about. Other than that, I'm not going to converse with anything else with drama on here. It's not. I have no time for it. Yeah, Allison was at the parade, and then she wasn't at the parade. She clearly says in that interview with Bullhorn, but I have it on my community section of her saying that she almost hit Candace with the car.
Keep your life done. Can we watch when do you get your stuff done? Can we watch Turning Red?
Yeah, we will in just a minute. I'm done right now. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Mama Bear, and I'll holler at you as soon as I get off here. Guys, thank y'all for joining me tonight. I hope something was good in this and brought something out. I just wanted to talk about the differences in the way these investigations were conducted, and would we be in a different place? Would we possibly have would they have been able to find Summer sooner if it was the public would have been involved and people were out in those areas? There's many people that hunt and are out in this mountainous terrain daily that live here, that traverse this terrain very easily, and that can go out and be very helpful in this. And I thought that would have been a big thing, a big helpful thing at the beginning of this. Let's see here. Thank you, Cam. God bless you for it. Thank you, TT. I appreciate that. Thank you, Karma Camille. Yeah, I'll see if you sent that right. I'll email you back. Yeah, it's been upsetting, Diane. That's true. Guys, I'm sorry for the issues that were going on in the chat. It's just basically we're not going to talk about any the other creators. That's how drama happens. It's how people get mad and things happen. It's just not. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Thank you, Aaron Chase. I appreciate it. Thank you, B. Appreciate it, guys. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be able to get back involved with this. I had to take a break, like I said. Things went haywire for a week, and I'm just getting back in the swing of things. I appreciate you. Kim, can you play my 2? Yeah, I will. Let me pull it up real quick. Is that the one you did on the Ben Hill property earlier? I watched that, actually. Talking with Loose Lips. Is that the one you're talking about? I'll play that real quick for you. I did watch that. I'm going to Casarija. I will play. They want to watch Turning Red, that new movie on Disney Plus. It's been pretty good. Yeah, I thought it was a very good video. I thought you did a good job on it. Let me find that real quick, and we'll watch it real quick. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find it. Is it the one you did 10 hours ago? Yeah, okay, that's it. Give me just a second, and we'll share it. Here you go, guys. Check this out. This is done by Talking with Loose Lips. I think that she did a very good job on this. This is where I heard about Don paying the $10. So that's where I got that information from, Talking with Loose Lips. I just wanted to add that real quick. So this will explain what I was talking about earlier. Sorry. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, that I think that was really good and informative and to the point for sure. Thank you, Red's Paradise, for becoming a member. We appreciate you. Um, check it out, guys. Drop some purple hearts for summer. Let's pray our way out of here, and we're gonna call it a night. Um, Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for everything you do, Lord. We ask that just the same effort is put into finding Summer and in her investigation it was in Carly's case, Lord. We ask that answers come forward and that there will be changes in the dynamics and the you know the temperature of this investigation, and that things will become more come to light, and answers will be given to the questions that we've all been asked. Or we ask that whoever is responsible be brought to justice and be held accountable for the actions that were done to either hurt Summer, take Summer, or do anything that would not be in be helpful to her, or be something that is good for her upbringing, or affects her life in any ill way, Lord. Thank you so much for letting us have the willpower to push through all the hate and craziness, and to be able to just put her name out there and bring awareness to the things that go on in this county. And Lord, we ask that reform is done in this country for people that do crimes against children, and crimes against just SA against anybody, men, women. Lord, ask that people don't feel like they're the people that have hurt them hold their in men's cases, masculinity. Lord, thank you for being able to letting me be able to overcome certain aspects of that I battled through my whole life, Lord. We rebuke those people. We ask that those sins be those people have to be held accountable for the things they do. It's awful. It's predator behavior, Lord. We ask that those people be held accountable for, and punishment is given that is, that really makes them know that what they do is wrong. There just has to be a change in our country, Heavenly Father. And we ask that these things happen. We ask that anybody in this chat reaches out to you and needs prayer, Lord. We ask that you answer them and meet them right where they are. Again, we ask that you put a hedge of protection around Summer, around Michael Vaughn, around the other missing children right now in this nation and around the world. We ask that these trafficking rings be brought down, and these children be brought back to safe environments, and that change really happens in this country. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm glad that you have sat here with me and went through this. I've had fun tonight being able to go over this stuff. I'm glad to be back. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for being respectful tonight. Thank y'all for understanding how our chat is. This is better that we don't have drama and talking about that stuff. It really gets us nowhere. Thank you again, guys. I appreciate it. Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice, but justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. We'll catch you on the next one.